Hello, everyone. This is Shane Shatters, and welcome once again to Shane Shatters Presents Classic Indies, some of the great independent action from all over the world over the last 30 years. Now, the last couple weeks we've been in the island of Saipan. This week we're coming back home. We're coming to the mainland. We're going to go down to the Front Royal, Virginia at the Warren County Fair. This is August 1992, and we're going to go down to the ring here now as Maniac Jimmy Dio takes on one of the truly great guys in the wrestling business that I've ever been around, Big Mark Mest. If you've ever had the opportunity to know or meet Jimmy Dio, you know this is one of the most unique characters in the history of independent wrestling.
Is that Bob Starr trailing back here with the blue shorts?
No, I don't think so. Jimmy Dio, of course, was a part promoter, helped promote IWCCW out of the Hamburg Fieldhouse with the Savoldis, a guy who was around a lot in my early days and booked me many times to do appearances in the IWCCW on television and so forth like that when I was still just a green, basically a crash test dummy. Strong resemblance to Captain Lou Albano. Jimmy's like the consummate carny. I came across him on Facebook a couple years ago and just dropped him a line and told him how much I appreciated how he helped me out in the early days of my wrestling career. And he responded to me and said he was glad to help and also offered me an opportunity to buy into a water-based solution that was supposed to save you money on gas. So just to give you a little bit of an idea what kind of a guy you were, and of course, a lot of other things have taken place through the years, and I'm not going to dig into them here because I like Jimmy Dio, but just a carny. But a guy who could really get the crowd fired up. I mean, the people he could just react, and the people could just really genuinely dislike Jimmy Dio and respond to him. The Warren County Fair, one of the great stops during that era for professional wrestling during the summer, during the fair season. Hillbilly Nephew Marcus. Is that the winner Andy Weinberg down there leaning against the stage? I think that is. Winner. What a hairdo. Look at that. Look at the hair on the winner. Andy, I hope you're watching. Hillbilly Daisy Sue. There's young Mark Mest. Young Mark Mest probably in his first year in the wrestling business. Daisy Sue, I want to say her name was Angie. At one point in time, I believe she was the either the wife or the fiance or the girlfriend or the ring rat. But yeah. So she's Daisy. Daisy Sue had a big swing in the backyard, didn't she? Dio taking exception to the crowd's response here. I wrestled down here on many occasions through the years at the Warren County Fair. After Dick Kirchhoff was no longer running that event, the Woody family started running that event, and I wrestled for them many times over the years. I know Danny and Junior, and I hope Wes are frequent watchers of this show. Your referee's Dave the Wave.
He got around.
Yes, he did. He was a well-traveled referee. My guess is this is probably one of Mark's first professional matches. Mark got into this just before I did, and this is the summer of '92, and I started training in November of '92. So this is The earliest days, Mark, and I hope you're enjoying. The movement hadn't quite changed yet for smaller guys in pro wrestling. So these are both, as you can see, 300 plus pound behemoths. Camera work is a little dark as the evening is starting to fall in Front Royal on this. I'm sure it was I believe this was a Tuesday night, because I remember they had an event on Sunday evening that we'll be covering here in the coming weeks at Hagerstown's Municipal Stadium. No, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. We already covered that event. The one we'll be doing in the future would have been August of '91, not 2. This is '92. Fired him off. Oh, he rocked Dio coming off the ropes. He had the momentum. Jimmy's going to take a minute here to go ahead and switch out. Keep in mind, fans, as we talk here about the fairs and the festivals, we're going to be at the Tri-County Fair in Petersburg, West Virginia on Wednesday night, August the 4th. The event being brought to you by the Tri-County Fair, and we're looking forward to it as former ECW champion Rhino headlines a great night of action alongside of other such stars as the Patriot, the Rock and Roll Express, King Kalua, Uncle Bobby Ferguson, and others. So join us, please, Wednesday night, August the 4th in Petersburg, West Virginia. You see a very strong crowd here on hand. I'm going to say it's in excess of 1,000 people, possibly pushing into the 1,500 in the general ringside area. The main event that night was a match that we covered, I believe, in one of our earliest episodes. Jimmy Superfly Snuka against the Honky Tonk Man. An outstanding matchup. Top wrist lock. And Jimmy Dio just dropped the big boy. Mark had significant size when he was young. Maybe he didn't have the power at this point. Maybe still being overwhelmed a little bit, because even when you're big, you haven't fully matured yet. And I'm thinking Mark is probably 20 years old here at this point. And Mark, I'd love to hear your feedback about this match and any of the others that we bring you here on Shane Shadows Presents. Collar and elbow tie-up again. Dio back to that top wrist lock. Oh, and Big Mark just paid him back in kind. His festival seating around ringside, there was never a barricade, there was never a barrier. It was just, we just tried to keep people about 6 feet back if we could. You can see that's about how far back they are, too. And just imagine if one of these two big guys, Mark was introduced at 380, and Dio's every bit of probably 330. Can you imagine one of these behemoths getting whipped out of the ring and landing on one of these old timers or these kids around here? Good golly. Dio wants to test strength with Mark. Trying to lure him in here, though. But I don't know that Mark's... Yeah, I think that, Dio was a power lifter and a significantly successful one. Locking in those wrists. Here we go. All in. Nose to nose. Oh, see, Dio showing some strength here with the big farm boy. Trying to turn that wrist, such a crucial part of the quote-unquote mercy game. Little camera look on Daisy May there as she cavorts around the ring. And now Mark has regained the advantage here, that we missed it because the camera focused in on Daisy May. Mark may have stomped the wrist or done something, because Dio is in some pain and is rolled out of the ring as Dave the Wave puts a count on him. We thank those of you who joined us over the last several weeks as at the Mineral County Fair, one of the return of pro wrestling to the Western Maryland Eastern Panhandle area, and the Riverbend Park event during Memorial Day weekend, which was such a phenomenal success. We would not still be doing this. It was not for groups like yours and people like you coming and enjoying what pro wrestling always has been, which is like a staple of county fair and festival entertainment. Dio returning to the ring here, but not before having a few words with Dick Kirchhoff, who's sitting at ringside, threatening to put the hammer on the bell. I love the fact that back then we still brought the ring announcer who wore the tuxedo. I love that. I mean, even at the fair. It's like maybe we've relaxed too much through the years. We've lost a certain amount of formality to the proceedings. And maybe that's something that's missing. 6 minutes gone here in this matchup. An unusual call, to say the least. Usually we get it in the 5-10 minute markers, but 6 minutes? Dio with a thunderous forearm across the chest. Irish whip across the ring to Big Mark. Oh, the Dio splash. Oh, ouch. That hurt. Thunderous elbow. Kick out by Big Mark. Kick out by Big Mark. I think Dio thought he had him with that flurry of offense. Who's selling frozen custard and stuff in the back? Who's got the candy apples and popcorn? I love the signage across the top. That takes me back.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes. Daisy May setting herself up for the winner here at ringside. That became a regular ritual. Back to the collar elbow. Headlock by Dio. Oh! Short right hand right to the face. As we've discussed, those punches, they water your eyes, they affect your breathing. If a short punch doesn't drop you, it still has a certain effect that it's hard to explain. Yet I'm trying to explain it because that's what wrestling announcers do. Big Mark's going to have to kick it up here a little bit if he's going to take the measure Dio. Oh, handful of face. Another right. The Hillbilly Cousin, as he's been dubbed, might be out on his feet here. Irish whip, but look at the speed. Oh, big clothesline. Big clothesline. Crowd 100% behind the farm boy. Mark and his brother Troy definitely made their mark all throughout the independents over these last 30 couple years, and I'm proud to call them friends. I've shared the ring and the locker rooms with them many times over the years. And it's been a few years since I've seen them, but I still stay in contact with both of these boys, and what great professionals they are. They operate the Dungeon Wrestling School up in the Reading, Pennsylvania area, so if anybody up that way wants to get some quality professional wrestling training at a fair price, please call the Mest brothers, who ironically bought said business from, drum roll, Maniac Jimmy Dio, who was there. Oh, big headbutt! Oh, Dio is cooked now. He's trying to get out of the ring again. See, this is where I think Mark's inexperience played against him. Instead of going and trying to just take it full advantage here, he just kind of laid back. Dio definitely controlling the tempo of this matchup, even if he's physically in charge or not. There's no doubt. We ought to be about up to the... I was getting ready to say we're probably about up to the 9-minute call, and it was 10. So it's 10 minutes now, pushing Dio back, using his size and weight. What do you got there, Big Mark? Irish whip, fired him into the corner. Big clothesline in the corner. Now stay on him, Mark. Stay on your man. Another Irish whip. And another big clothesline. Splash, splash, splash. Oh, elbow. Take him out, Mark. Take him out. Leg. Oh, leg drop. Go for it. 1, 2. Oh, Dio out the back. Didn't hook the leg. Dio out the back door here. Oh, what happened? Did he hit him low? Jeez. Terrible. Dave, if you're standing right there, you should have called foul. Should have called for the bell. Irregardless, a hillbilly with a reversal. Splash. Come on, Mark. Finish it. Finish it. One more time. Oh, no. He pulled the referee in there, and it's a Dave the Wave sandwich. But Dio loaded it up on that. Oh. He's got something in his hand. 2. Oh, what a miscarriage of justice that was. What a miscarriage of justice that was. Wait a minute. Somehow Daisy May just pulled something out of her somewhere and handed Big Mark some knucks. Payback's coming. Oh! Slap him around. Daisy May and Hillbilly Mark stooging off Jimmy Dio after he stole the victory here this week at the Front Royal Warren County Fair. Jimmy Dio getting the victory over Big Mark Mest. Mark, I hope you enjoyed this match. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Shane Shatters Presents Classic Indies. Join us next week for more exciting professional wrestling action from the past.